All right. So today we will start our session. It is session number 121. Today is 24th of September 2022. And today's topic we'll discuss about the anxiety. We'll understand what it is, what are the symptoms, how normally, just like a common sense, what we can do to when that happens. Then we'll go into what the psychotherapists, they talk about. If it is a chronic, then what their recommendations are normally, typically. Then we'll go into the spiritual understanding of this issue, and we'll go deeper to understand. And then we'll, from that understanding, that solution will come how to liberate ourselves from this anxiety attack, or feeling anxious, or not feeling stable and uneasy, and all those kind of things, based on the degree of that, so that we'll face. So for that, we will start with understanding that what is it. As per that, you can say the definition of, so medical definition, you can say that anxiety is a mental disorder and characterized by a fear of situations in which sufferers expect to feel embarrassed, judged, rejected, fearful of failure, etc. So this is just like mentally it is a fear that about something which may not be pleasant to us. By fearing of that, create this anxiety or this mental disorder. And if it is a long lasting, that if somebody is feeling anxious more often and things like that, then it becomes the chronic, and then that's where they come as the kind of medical help or psychotherapist, etc. may be needed. So we'll touch upon all this aspect, because this is, I feel it is important, the collective thing I'm getting. The many are the feeling anxious, that because of the uncertainties of life, what is going on, and things are beyond our control, and this kind of things. So we'll address that, and to be specific in this area. So now first, let us explore about what are the symptoms. Symptoms are normally like it is like intense phobia of something, that some perceived situation and other people. Like it is about, the phobia generates about some situation may develop, or some people may say something, do something. Just thinking about that kind of phobia that generated. And so that is one of the symptom. Then the other is worry about feeling embarrassed, humiliated, or rejected, or fear of offending people. Sometimes we feel that our words may offend somebody, and that creates some uneasiness, that how to deal with it. If I say something and it may offend somebody, and all this kind of things. So am I good enough in this situation, and what should I do? And that kind of uncertainty also creates some kind of worry, and that is also create anxiety in turn. And also we worry that based on my behaviors, other people may judge me, and what they will be judging me about. So that is also a matter of concern, and that also creates worry. Also, if there is some kind of event coming, particularly the social events, some kind of apprehension started that maybe some you need to attend some kind of family marriage ceremony to attend that, and apprehension before the days or weeks before the event, that what will happen to whom you meet, and who will say what, and something happened in the past, that those kind of apprehensions, how we can interact and how they will behave, and all this creates some kind of mental scenario. The apprehensions, those are also the symptoms of anxiety. And also, we sometimes avoid places due to lack of self-confidence. We are not confident in, visiting some place or facing some people. We avoid that. These are also the symptoms of anxiety. And if it goes deep-rooted, then it is, we sometimes face difficulty in making and keeping friends. So we keep isolating ourselves, and that out of this kind of lack of self-confidence and the fear of meeting, facing people, and what they will say and how they will judge me, this kind of things also create a lack of confidence, and that also we avoid going to those places. And difficulty in making and keeping friends, so we don't feel comfortable making new friends or keeping contact with the friends. Same thing, what they will say, that what they will do, and how they will react to me, and all those kind of things. So certain kind of mental scenario that you feel that you are not good enough, and some friends may find it out and they'll tell something, and all this kind of things are the part of this anxiety. If it goes to little bit chronic cases, then some people even go into you face certain situations, start sweating, trembling, or stammering around people, and also that feeling sometimes nausea with minor things, and feeling very uncomfortable if something didn't go as per plan. If there is a minor here and there, so just started very restless and fearful, and sometimes angry that why it is happening like that. So all this, whatever I have said so far, these are the symptoms of anxiety one may face. And this as I tell in the beginning, anxiety is a mental disorder and characterized by fear of situations in which sufferers expect to feel embarrassed, judged, rejected, fearful, or failure, etc. So these are the symptoms of that. There may be many more. I'm just saying that there are a few, typical type of when we feel anxious, what we really, what is going on in our mind. So that is what these symptoms are given. So now, as a common sense, let us, without going too deeper into the other psychotherapist recommendation and the spiritual aspects, let us find out some easy and common solutions. Like if the anxiety is it is a mild, or it is not gone into a chronic stage, or if it is, all of us, we feel anxious sometimes. Some maybe have to go for an interview or prepare for and appear in an exam. We feel anxious. That is understandable. I'm not saying it is, one should not feel anxious at all. As long as we have thinking mind, we feel anxious sometimes, and that is okay. But the thing is, when it comes like every now and then, if it happens, if it repeats, if in a minor instigation, we go into that we go into we go into that the mode of feeling anxious, and time to time, suddenly, without at a certain situation or something, event that it triggers that our that anxiety, then that is called anxiety attack. So sometimes without any known unknown or something. Sometimes it is very illogically it comes up, and we feel that it is not. We are not feeling comfortable, and these are that time what to do. So we'll go through few of the things, very common and simple things we can do just to basically shift our mind, concentrating on what causing anxiety to something else. It is very easy. It can, the thing I'll tell, it is very common sense, and but these are also, it will be helpful initially. So what we can do, you take deep breathing few times, calm down the mind, and get back the control. Sometimes just a feeling little relaxed and deep breathing can help you out. Some of the time, and just you use your own or hobbies or something. Maybe you can, if you are alone in a room, you can sing alone without any audience needed. You can just your favorite song, you just sing, and then all. Or you can listen to some good music, that changes your mind. You come out of this anxiety. Or you can listen to some comedy or some funny stories or joke. Humor is a great, the healer. It takes our mind immediately, shift from that focus. And so when our sense of humor is triggered, it immediately shuts off the mind. It is a great healer in that sense. So that is, we can use that to read some funny stories or joke or watch some comedy, the videos or things like that to shift our mind. Yeah. You can use this time for your creative expressions. Like if you like to paint or draw, or you can do something creative, whatever, you write something or play an instrument, whatever your hobby is, you can take it in this particular time and just concentrate on that, whatever your hobby is, to some time, so that you can get diverted from this, from the mind concentrating on what or triggering this anxiety. And very simply, if you concentrate on some other thing, like you can domestic work, like organize, cleaning, sorting, rearranging things of your living space, that can break the monotony and develop a sense of renewal. That also helps sometime to get out of this the anxious mode. So just visually you shifted things and make it clean, and furniture here and there change. There may be the table cover or bed cover and things like that, and that will, the new impact on your mind can also be helpful. Also, it is also good that if you when you feel this kind of anxiety, just go and take a shower or bath, just and you intend that it is whatever caused it is going out. It's a sense of cleansing. Our physical cleansing can trigger the mental cleansing, calm down the mind. So that way also we can address that. And you can also read a good book which interests you. If you say maybe there is a book you could not get chance for a long time, it interests you. This is a time you sit down, relax yourself, start reading a good book of your interest, and that also can be a good reliever of this anxiety. And the thing is also, in the nature is a great healer. So you can, if you go and just when this kind of attack happens, you go and take a walk under the blue sky, or in a park, on a garden. And if you have that nearby, or if nothing, then at least go to a rooftop and make some kind of walk around. That also you're calm down your mind, and this anxiety feeling, and you can. Main thing is to just come out of it, so that the further work can happen, rather than repeating the same things again, your mind again and again. So these are the practical tips. As I said, that I was like out of common sense. Basically, you can practice just to shift away from that as and when this happens. And you need not to do everything. You see whatever works for you. One or two things may work for you, and you can choose that and do that and come out of that, the anxious thing. Once it is broken, it's gone. So that attack is gone. So then you come back to normal, gain control of yourself. Yeah. So this is some practical tips that can be helpful, and this you can practice on your own, or you can find out your own way of doing things. Some people, they maybe do other things like some gardening, or playing with the pet or something of that, which just shift your mind from that to whatever is causing you anxiousness. So that you can develop on your own way to get out of it, of this attack. So now let us explore what the psychotherapist, what they recommend, and because they gone into the psychological level and address that psychologically. So I have listed few of the things what psychotherapist recommends. So I'm just telling for your information only. I'm not saying these are my recommendations, but it is nice to see what the psychotherapists, where the professionals, how they are recommending about this anxiety, how to deal with it. So I'm just I have noted down few. I will read for them, and then maybe we'll explain that if it is needed. First, they're saying wave bye-bye to obligations. Yes, there are certain things we have to do. There are also lots of things we only think we have to do. Means basically they're saying that if sometimes a lot of things comes in your mind, our to-do list, and that creates anxiety, like too many things to do, how should I handle that? That starts shaking our self-confidence. Here they're recommending that prioritize and step away from what you can, and conserve your mental energy for what you cannot. If you cannot do something, just take it out from your to-do list and conserve the energy. What you can do, you can approach and do it, finish it off, out of it. You need not to do everything. Sometimes, basically, some self-imposed thing we do on ourselves. Oh, we have to do many things, or we have to be so, behave certain ways, and this is things. How can I handle so many things? No need to handle. Just prioritize, do whatever you can, and then you rest. You just leave it there. You need not to be doing everything. Second point they're saying is the turn off noise around you. Sometimes sometimes you need to isolate yourself temporarily. If there is too many of noise in your place of your living, and no matter what type of noise, it is a loud music, or too many people talking, or too much phone calls, or whatever it is, sometimes this noise creates that anxiety. So if you isolate yourself temporarily, come out of that area, and sit down somewhere, whether it is silent and peaceful, then you may regain that, you can come out of this anxiety. Then they are telling that the falling is okay. So falling means falling or failing is okay. Means give yourself permission to fall from perfection. A lot of us who suffer from anxiety also suffer from perfectionism. Give it a try. Failing really isn't the end of the world. Sometimes we set up our own standard that we cannot fail. We have been so much of experience, so much of this information, so much of things we learn. We cannot just fail, and we have to do whatever we do. It has to be perfect. Whatever we say, it has to be exactly appreciated by everybody and all. So we set up some kind of level of perfection. So here the psychotherapists are saying the failing is okay. You need not to be perfect, and that kind of your self-made standard, come down from there. That may causing you the anxiety, because this kind of perfectionism, it is not practical. You may not hold it all the time. So allow yourself to fail few times. It is okay. There's no need to worry too much about that. What will happen if I fail? If you fail, it's okay. So that approach, that psychological approach, maybe it will be good to come out of that this chronic anxiety. They are talking about some chronic anxiety who are suffering from anxiety. So that their recommendations are. Next recommendation is they're saying that visualize the worst thing that could happen in the situation you are in, or with the fear of consuming you plan what to do. Like they are saying that you, rather than just thinking about it, you just think what worst can happen. Okay, so that thing will not happen, or I may not get that, or I may not be reaching there. It's okay, So maybe in the worst case, you see that maybe you are going for a meeting and there is a lot of traffic jam, you cannot do it. You imagine what can happen in the worst case, and then you plan for the worst case. In worst case happens, what to do. Once they're saying, just knowing you have already thought a situation from the beginning to the end calms down your anxiety. Like you have all the plan A, plan B, plan C. In this case, what we'll do. In this case, what we'll do. In that case, what we'll do. If you have already played in your mind and you have that plans, then you are okay. You will not face this kind of anxiety. Next point, they're saying, accept that you have some mental disorder and do not pretend everything is okay. This is called the denial. It is called many time. What we'll have is we are facing some discomfort and there is a lot of things it is not under our control, but we cannot accept that it is that there is something wrong can happen, or it is maybe I need to take this is not whatever I have decided is not everything is okay. These kind of phases, if we are in a denial that nothing is wrong and everything is okay, and these things cannot lead to a solution. So come out of that pedestal that nothing can go wrong. Okay, there are something here and there, but I can manage. This kind of attitude is called self-denial, and don't be in that. So just look into it objectively. And next point, they're saying there is nothing wrong in seeking help. Also, do not expect. Okay, let me first go this part first. So asking for help doesn't mean that you are going down anywhere. Everybody needs help. All the time we need help. And seeking help is nothing to be, in our mind, we constructed if somebody is seeking help means somebody is down and others are up and all those kind of things. This is complete nonsense. Everybody needs help. Ups and downs are the parts of life. Once we accept it, and there should not be any shame in seeking help. Also, the second part, what they are saying is, do not expect all who offer help are perfect. Even when we go and seeking help and think that others, whatever giving, they are perfect, that is also a mind construct. Both are equally two extremes. It is accept what works and ignore what does not. Like if you seek help and that maybe somebody says, no, I cannot help you, accept that as it is and leave it there. So don't take it as a, personally, or don't take that an offense and this kind of thing. So you need to seek help, or you make it in your mind, not everybody will help you the way you want. Maybe you will get, or maybe something you will get. See whatever you can and rest you leave it there. So don't create an issue out of it. So go be practical. Basically, that is what they are saying. Expecting too much, and also that is also create some other kind of anxieties, and it will not help. So seeking help is good, but expecting too much from the others who are helping or not helping, that is also not a good idea. Next is allow time to heal yourself. There is no magic. Any process takes time. So once you started doing all those, what the psychotherapists they are suggesting, it takes time to get the result. You will not get overall overnight a great result. There is no magic. So any process takes time, and also there is a saying that time is the best healer. So over the period of time, it subsided. The effect, the grief has subsided. The only thing they are saying is allow that to happen. Yeah, don't expect too much too soon. So that also sometimes spoils any kind of healing process. Something you have started, but you are expecting too much, it will go away from you. And that is not a good idea. So allow that to happen. Take it easy. It's okay to just start the process, do whatever you can, and see the things change slowly. It will evolve, and it will come up in front of you, and the result will be seen. When you look back, is a long time perspective, or maybe after a few months, you will realize that change has already happened, and then you can see the result that time, but not immediately. Okay. And then they're saying, never lose hope. Always there is a way out, no matter what. So always there is a hope, and they are recommending read inspirational stories or talk to those who face similar challenges in life, but come out on the other side all clear. They made it. So you listen to the stories, and when the talk and the share, or maybe their postings and all those things, find out who are facing similar the ones, and more importantly, those who come out on the other end, how they do that, how they did that. So those stories may be inspirational for you. So these are the things what I told, the practical level understanding and what the psychotherapist is saying. Before going to the spiritual understanding, I will just give it a little bit pause to get if you have any question here. So far it is I've said, then you can ask me before I go to the spiritual stuff. Yes, Vani.
Guruji, one thing I didn't understand is when you think of a worst case, I feel the anxiety increases. That is something according to me, but I don't know how it would work. But I have not thought about it or anything, but I just had a doubt about that. And other thing is, like, whenever I feel anxiety, I just look at some of the old pictures with the good memory, good moments. So that will always lets me overcome the present anxiety. So that's all I had to say.
Yeah. No, that's correct. Let me, first point is, see, all possible outcomes you have to generate and be prepared for it. As I was giving example of going for a meeting and maybe traffic jam, most likely you'll miss the meeting. So in case what happens is you say that, okay, at a certain point of time that 15 minutes or half an hour before the meeting that there is no way you can reach the time. You can always call and you play in your mind, I will miss the meeting. Rather than sitting and, what happened and, shouting at that other drivers and traffic, you can make a plan that, okay, let me call and inform that I will not be able to make it. Okay, that may be just, you already thought about it, you will miss it. And what do you do in case of that? If still half an hour before I didn't reach at that particular point, no way I can attend the meeting. So I will just call and inform that I'm stuck in the traffic, I'm not able to come. That's all. Okay. So what I'm saying is this scenario, only you can give some ideas on how to deal with that in that case. That's all. Only thing as you are prepared for it, you thought over it, when the time comes, actually, suppose the traffic got okay, you reach in time, no, that question didn't arise, But if it do arise, then you have something in your, solution. Then in that case, I will do that. So only it has been told about that. It may not happen, 99% it may not happen. But if it happens, if you plan ahead that in this case what I will do, then you have that, you trigger that time that you put that emergency plan and you inform that, because all are in your mind, so you have all the solutions from all the cases. That's what we are saying. It's not falling into something what to do, don't. Maybe that time, half an hour before, if you realize that you cannot make the meeting, that time it may be an emergency, that may you may be go panicking and do mistakes. But if you thought ahead of it, then you can simply call upon that and finish it off, like that.
Thank you, Guruji.
Okay. All right. Okay. And you're sharing about this good that, going through past, memories, photograph, that's a very good thing. Yeah. The good memories, that's a very good thing. Yes, Shaival?
Yeah, so Rajdeep, not a question, but I have struggled through anxiety following my heart attack. And your point is very valid in the sense leading to the days of my heart attack was that mindset of being perfectionist, right? I wanted to be good in sports as well as academics both. It's difficult to handle in the environment we grew up. And I played a sport which took almost the whole day. And those who played with me used to comment in a good way that I could have done this, that, and also in the professional life as I try to excel, they said you could have done this. So a lot of conflict, internal conflict happened to me, which I carried the baggage all day. So your point of trying to be perfectionist is absolutely correct. In my mind, when I analyze it, I think that's the baggage that was too heavy to carry. Now, coming to the anxiety, I have almost researched, I have consulted so many counselors, and I don't mind, and I'm writing on sharing those things. Even I have been to some places where in the horse farm, because the horses heart rate is about 8, ours is 72. So they tell you to touch the horse and go around, take the horse for a kind of, I don't know how to ride a horse. So I used to, with a trainer, I used to go. So it's all about, so in a nutshell, it's all about when your mind takes over and your brain and tells your brain something is wrong. In my case, in the heart, something I felt, even if there was a little bit of murmuring or even the absence of it, my brain used to trigger saying something is wrong. So the brain is trying to do, and now I'm going through, and in the nervous system, the brain sends all the signals trying to heal that. Then there's 3 different nerve cells, right? One is to control the vital organs by itself, which we have no control. We don't know what's happening. It's a false positive kind of thing. So telling you that you are going through a heart attack when it is not. So, but now coming to not taking too much time, now coming back to the spiritual part, for some reason, your mantra that about from Guruji, what you received in earlier days, that mantra must have some vibration. Whenever I got through that anxiety space, I put my right hand on my heart and I start saying that mantra that somehow calms my mind and I get over with it. Once a while, even on the road while I'm driving, it will feel like I'm going through this. But I say this even 2 days back. For some reason, I was driving and it started. And I said, nothing happened. And I put this, it healed within a couple of minutes. So I'll give it back to you. So this is my experience from trying to be perfectionist, to carrying that baggage and having other things in conjunction with it. And then following the heart attack is always a feeling that as if it's going to happen. Right. So those are the things. Thank you.
Shaival, what is that?
Yeah, go ahead. That Om
Triguna Tripura.
Okay. Babaji's cave.
That's the one I chant. I think the mantra, and this is something, maybe this is my background in computer science, tells me that behind the mantra, there must be some execution code, right? So in the form of vibration. and that synchronizes with the vibration of the heart and calms it down. Or somewhere something happened. I have no knowledge about it. This is my guesswork. That behind every mantra there is a execution code in the form of vibration that helps. So
Yeah.
Okay, that's great.
yeah, thank you.
What is the
Chaitali,
mantra?
yeah.
Can you please repeat?
Yeah, Rajdeep can tell you better, but it's the Om.
Okay.
I can't.
Okay,
Om.
Chaitali, I'll come back to you. The mantra which Shaival mentioned here, when we visited, just to give a little bit of background, in 2015, I visited Babaji's cave, near Ranikhet. There is in Himalayas. So in that, while meditating inside Babaji's cave, and it is like a trek, like you have to up climb 7 kilometers, you have to go up climb, and total trek about up down 14 kilometers in the jungles. While going to that, no vehicle, nothing, even no animal goes there, like horse or something. They don't go there. So you have to walk only. Anyway, so when I was meditating there, then I prayed to Babaji that maybe lot of people need the blessings, need this energy. The energy of the cave is, of course, it's a huge, where there is a autobiography of a yogi, the Lahari Mahashaya, he met, and there, and that same cave I'm talking about. So I requested Babaji, allow me to, whoever cannot visit, because of any reason, medical reason, old age, or they are not, they cannot climb such a mountain to get into that. So allow me to take this energy to whom needed elsewhere. So that time Babaji gave me this mantra. That mantra is Om Triguna Tripura Mahavindum Asti. You have to chant 3 times. Om Triguna Tripura Mahavindum Asti.